Hi guys, Labour Party spokesperson Kenneth Okonkwo don use mouth finish Tinubu as Mr. Peter Obi showed his eligibility and competency in Chatham House on Monday. As e dey hot, social media don catch fire. Guys, make una watch the video and don't forget to share your thoughts with us.
Let's start by hearing what's your verdict on how your candidate has performed at this particular event, which it seems like every Nigerian aspiring leader has gone or will be going eventually.
Well, let me first of all admit that when I started working as a spokesperson for this great Nigerian, I was affected with his affection. But today, as the days go by, I am now infected with his personality. This man has just dazzled the world with his brilliance and convinced the world with his clarity. I have not seen a man who has started rewriting the history of Nigeria, beautifying Nigeria, even before he's sworn in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as I know he will by May 29. Look at, I am proud of a principal who became so stingy that he could not even share his questions to other people. He answered all of them. We have witnessed in Nigeria where some candidates went on international molestation of our common psyche and went there and in their generosity shared all the questions and answered none. Have you not seen the difference between a man who is responsible and responsive as a leader, who is going to bring transformative and purposeful leadership in Nigeria, with a man who shifts all the responsibilities for others? Because, of course, like I said in Arise Television, Tinubu is incapable of granting any interview. He's incapable of national debate. He's incapable of being the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I have a principal who has summarized in Chatham House in a sentence what he wants to do for Nigeria: secured, united, and productive Nigeria. That is just the summary of what he has told the world.
Okay.
He will provide security, he will unify Nigeria, and he is going to shift emphasis from consumption to production through and by running a production-centered economy driven by agrarian revolution.
All right.
And export-oriented industrialization. So he went to Chatham House to elucidate his 7-point agenda, putting flesh and describing how he's going to achieve each and every one of them.
Well, let's talk about that now.
That actually, good.
Yes, let's talk about how he's going to achieve this. I mean, you've given a broad overview of his performance at Chatham House. And so we would like to dissect some of the things that he said and what he had said he was going to do for the Nigerian people, responding to questions. The first thing I'd like you to speak on, which has come up a number of times, almost at the risk of sounding like a broken record, but still very important to address, is this conversation around structure. Yesterday we had one of the PDP chieftains and a former Senate President of Nigeria, Dr. Bukola Saraki, speak to us, and he brought up this issue around structure of the Labour Party. This time he was speaking to the fact that Mr. Peter Obi, yes, has gathered steam and a number of people in the last few months. However, if he is indeed elected as president come February 25 and sworn in May of 29th of May 2023, then he doesn't have the numbers in the National Assembly to push some of these promises that he's making to Nigeria, which can only be effected by legislature. How would you respond to this? And the fact that he said, it's just a few months campaign, Labour Party doesn't have structure, just one person who is driving the entire party and campaign, it's not going to work. What's your statement? How would you respond to that?
Well, first of all, as you can see, the structures that PDP and APC have is the structure of criminality, structure of corruption, structure of fuel scarcity, structure of poverty, structure of insecurity, structure of bad leadership. I could go on and on. So if Obi is part of that structure, you wouldn't see me being a spokesman to him. And that is why he is coming in to destroy such structures. Let me tell you, Obi is a man that is already used to providing democratically engineered disruptive change. When he was the governor of Anambra State, he had no member of the House of Assembly, none. But he was able to get everything he wanted approved by the House of Assembly. He was able to get everything he wanted in Anambra State, and within 4 years, he became the #1 in the whole Nigeria in all indices of measurement. In MDG goals, he was scored #1 by UNDP. In the poverty rate, he was scored #1 by the DG of NAPEP, the Poverty Alleviation Program, by PDP. In the network of roads, he was scored #1. He built 800 kilometers of roads. In the debt management strategy, he was scored #1 by DMO. And in every other indices, yet he did not have one member of the House of Assembly when he came in as governor. This is what Obasanjo would describe as track record of ability and performance. What you need to be in control is not having members in the National Assembly, as pleasant and as important as it may be. What you need is political will. What you need is strong institutions. In America, independent candidates had become president in America, but they went in and delivered on the job. Obi is going to provide leadership. He is offering a new brand of leadership that is less transactional, that is efficient and effective, that is responsive and responsible. Do you know he was impeached by the House of Assembly, wielding their tyranny of majority? What happened? He went to court, and the court said, no, you cannot vilify a politician because you have majority in the House. There must be a proof of misconduct. And since there is no misconduct by this great politician, you must let him be. And he went back to his state. Obi has committed himself that he will never be corrupt. Indeed, he is incorruptible. So no National Assembly, even if he does not have one person, can move against him because he has to misconduct himself first. If he has not misconducted himself in Anambra State for 8 years, not even taking the land that he is entitled to or pension that he is entitled to, how can he misconduct himself when he becomes the president? There is a proverb in my place: you don't learn to be left-handed in your old age. Obi is coming. He is going to have members in the National Assembly, but what we are interested in is a new Nigeria.
All right.
And by the executive power, political will, institutional strength, which he's going to engender, he's going to provide the leadership and the standard, which Obasanjo said that we have not experienced something like that, and it will not be deleted from Nigerians' history, the kind of standard he's going to, implement in Nigeria.